Hello everyone, welcome to Regardless Driving School. And today I'm going to give you 3 tips on how to deal with the practical driving test scarcity. Now, as we all know, the waiting times is around 6 months for each student to get a practical driving test slot. So let's begin. Rule number 1, stop buying slots if possible. Now, this is a normal demand and supply routine, so it means that whenever there is scarcity, there is a higher demand for it, and then the sellers are having that power to actually raise the prices. Now, when this happens, so programmers are constantly using bots to scan on websites, making sure there is that scarcity so that they will be able to rip off people. I've heard students saying that they pay around £300, some even more, and through this scarcity or through this situation, others are also taking advantage to actually scam others as well. So this one becomes a collective responsibility of everyone, making sure we try as much as possible to avoid paying for practical driving test slots. Now, this is not something illegal. However, if we keep on buying, then it means that they will try and always make sure that they create that scarcity in the market to be able to sell to others. This is a tough conversation, but to me, paying £62 all the way up to £75 and someone trying to find you the slot, charging you more than the amount or even 2 times or more of that amount, I feel like it's a bit of a rip-off, so we should all be careful. We will move to number 2. Advice number 2. Do not take your theory test too early. The reason why I'm saying this is students take their theory test. For me, the 2 years to actually pass your practical test after taking your theory test is okay. However, due to the scarcity, you know that once you take your theory test to find a slot, if you're lucky, then it means you have like almost a year and a half left. Now, I've spoken to some people where they feel like they are not test ready, but they still want to take the risk of taking their practical test because their theory test is about to expire. And this way, students go in, they are not ready, and they tend to even lose more money. So I would always say that don't go in for your theory test too early. Wait, learn your theory test, have some practical learning sessions as well along the way. And then when you feel like you are almost 40-50% getting into your practical lessons, then you go in for your theory test. And as I said once again, once you go in for your theory test, it's still going to be a year and a half left for you to take your practical test. And if it doesn't go well, you have more time. So take your time, make sure you have some practical lessons, get closer, and then go in for your theory test if possible. The last advice that I have, advice or tip number 3, would be most cases DVSA releases most appointments on Mondays morning. So you should log in somewhere around 5:55 there a.m. 5:55 a.m. and then you will sit in a queue. Because a lot of slots will be released, the bots are not able to pick all those slots, and in that way you may have a chance of getting a slot. I hope this helps. Let's all try as much as possible not to be rushing trying to get a slot, because we are creating so much problem for our own selves. DVSA is trying their possible best. We all know it's not enough, but this becomes a collective responsibility to make sure that people do not take advantage of us. Once again, this is Regardless Driving School. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment to support us well. Thank you. See you.